Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio podcast. It's been a while. I'm Smoot, along with Chucks and Will. How you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Great to have you here. Great to have you here. Happy October! It's the first day of October as we're
It is.
live. Anybody with any spooky plans or whatnot?
No, I hate Halloween.
Wow! Jesus!
Sorry.
All right.
I don't hate Halloween, but it does feel like that holiday that we need to get past in order for Christmas to start.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a hurdle, right? You can't do the Christmas stuff until Halloween's out of the way.
That's true.
See, we have the extra one, don't we? Though that those Yanks don't have.
What's that?
We have bonfire night.
Yeah, well, they have Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah.
But I don't know, bonfire night. That doesn't interfere with plans. That can also almost be included in plans. That's like, everyone likes bonfire night. You know, it's not a big event. It's just a kind of some fireworks tonight. That's cool.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a firework?
Well, yeah, everyone likes blowing something up, don't they?
Yeah. Whereas Halloween, that's like a thing.
I don't know. I think
That's got its own music.
Suppose.
There's no songs about bonfire night.
No, you're right. There isn't. I don't know.
That's my big complaint about Halloween.
I don't know. I know it is. I mean, you guys in America, it's a big deal over there, isn't it? It's kind of big over here, but I don't think it's big as it is over there.
It's for kids.
Yeah. I know people who have, people get really involved in it, and that weekend or whatever it is around that 31st. Yeah, like, movie marathons and stuff, and parties where you dress up as random things, and I get all that bit, but I don't know, not for me.
Yeah, not that into a horror film.
I would say
no, I'm not big on horror either. Maybe that's why I don't like it.
I would say there's the candy aspect, but you guys don't have sugar over there.
Yeah, we're not allowed to have sugar.
That's the other thing, like, we do trick or treating, but it's kind of evolved to a stage where, but back in my day, in like sort of late 90s, you went trick or treating, and you actually had a trick as well.
Oh yeah.
Whereas now they just knock on the door and have an open bag, and they just expect you to throw sweets in there. That's it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
And you say to them, "Give me a trick," and then we're going to what you're talking about.
You're giving me an option here, but really, you weren't prepared for your own ultimatum. Have you not got an egg, flour? Like, come on. More industrious next time. You're not getting anything. The whole point is that you're coming to my door and threatening me like a mafia racket.
That's what it is.
It's a nice front door you got here. It'd be a shame if anything happened to it.
Legalized threatening. Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Putting on scary masks as well. It's all about intimidation.
No, I've never been a fan. I'm not against people who are obviously taking enjoyment into it, but no, not for me. I think, like you say, I'm not into. Yeah, well, like you say, I can see that part of it. I'm not into horror films, so maybe that's a big reason why I'm not into.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Correct answer.
Yeah. What about a Christmas film, though? Are you into a Christmas film?
Sort of, but again, I don't know. I don't mind. They're not as bad.
They're not as bad.
But still.
Depends on the Christmas movie, I'll say.
It does depend on the film,
Really?
yeah.
They're basically all the same.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean, Home Alone's just basically child endangerment.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened a second time.
Well, they're lousy parents.
That's just really bad parenting.
I've got a really controversial opinion now.
Uh-oh.
I don't like
Do you
Home
think
Alone.
Home Alone 3 was the best one?
Oh my god.
I think they're all terrible.
Well, yeah, the third and fourth one, for sure. We're not counting those.
Didn't they do one like last year or recently? Anyway,
We're not counting
Yeah,
those.
and they recast Kevin McAllister.
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
The third one was a different kid,
Yeah.
and then they went back to a Kevin McAllister again.
Mm.
Yeah. Where French Stewart was one of the bad guys or whatever.
Who?
He was the guy from Third Rock from the Sun. I think he was also Inspector Gadget after the Matthew Broderick original. I believe.
Okay, I don't know anything about that. Home Alone, would that be 5 at that point?
I mean, I guess.
The Holiday Heist?
That was the one that came out. Last year, I think.
Sorry, that was the recent one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Holiday Heist. Yeah. Isn't that the one
No,
with the
2012. There must be another one after that.
Yeah,
there was a
four
recent
was the
one.
Home
one.
Sweet Home Alone. There you go.
Yeah, 4
That's
was the
the
one where they kind of just like went back in time somehow. They retconned and rebooted the story somehow, which is why we don't count those.
Isn't there who's the Irish comedian? Comedian, I should say. She's a woman.
Aisling B, isn't it?
That's the one. I knew there was someone I knew in that. Yeah, I haven't seen any of them.
You're not missing much.
I've led a pretty sheltered life. I've not seen most major films everyone else has seen. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
That's how I feel nowadays. Like now.
The Godfather, I haven't seen any of them.
I haven't seen The Godfather. I need to see The Godfather one of these days.
I just know
I've
it's
seen the
really
big one.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they
It's
say
very
not-
rare that I think, you know what I feel like doing? Spending 3 hours watching the same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I don't watch Ryan.
What's the other one? The more recent, Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen any of them.
Don't bother. It's not very good.
Friend of mine took me to see it when it came out in theaters, and legit fell asleep. I legit fell asleep during the movie. Like I remember
I
them.
did that for
I remember them
Oh.
going up to a mountain, and then I woke up, and then like the credits were rolling. I was like, "Oh, it's over. Okay." Woo.
the last time I fell asleep in a cinema was what was the movie called? It was Adam Sandler.
The Water Boy.
Oh, it could
But,
be anything.
No, it was. He
Had-
done some good ones, and then he made this, and it was terrible.
Oh,
Oh,
so
God, what was
after
it called?
Mr. Deeds, then.
Oh yeah, it's one of his more recent ones. I think it was after Click. I think that was the last funny one he did.
God.
Wasn't Click supposed to be really bad?
I enjoyed Click actually. What was it called? I'm going to have to find this now. I went into it thinking, no, it's an Adam Sandler film. It'll be funny, be laughs.
Right.
There wasn't.
Adam Sandler's known for doing terrible films. It's like every 10th film is all right that he does.
What was
Is
this
it
called?
Sony that he works for, and he does he just puts out shit over and over and over.
Yeah.
And even they know it's not good.
Yeah, that Sony leaked
Yeah.
debacle. When they got hacked, there was like internal emails that were just like slagging off Adam Sandler.
Exactly.
I'm trying to find the name of this film. What was it called?
What else is it? He was in Paul Blart.
It was.
Mall Cop.
Funny
Go on
People?
to us. No, it wasn't that. When was that released?
That was 2009.
I think it might have been later than that.
After that,
Oh.
Grown Ups.
No, it wasn't that.
Just go with it. Jack and Jill.
Sandler.
Like how we're supposed to talk about wrestling and we're on movies.
Well, you know.
You know.
Pixels. I've seen Pixels. That wasn't good.
No, I've not seen Pixels, but yeah, I've heard it's not good.
I don't remember. That was the video game movie or whatever.
Yeah.
Here we go. 2003. Anger management. That was crap.
Anger management.
Oh, was it Don't Mess
That
with the
should have been
Zohan?
good, but no.
Oh, damn it.
There you go. Spanglish.
Spanglish.
Oh,
That was
yeah, that's
utter
bad.
shit.
That's bad. That one was bad.
Do you see The Longest Yard with all the wrestlers in it?
I did. Yeah, seen that.
No.
It was the woman in Spanglish with him. It wasn't it? It was Tia Leone. That was it.
Tillian.
James L. Brooks wrote that as well. Maybe. No, yeah, that was a terrible film. Though. Oh, it was before Click, actually. I didn't realise. Okay.
I've never heard of Spanglish.
Don't worry, you're not missing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, doing like an average of 4 films a year.
Isn't he under some sort of deal with Netflix these days? I
Probably.
think everything he does comes out on Netflix now.
They're hurting for anything, so I mean, they'll, you could fucking serve them like dog shit in a paper bag and they'll take it.
It's really good films with Billy Madison.
Oh yeah, that was
Sure.
way back in the day.
It's really
Happy
early.
Gilmore was alright.
Happy Gilmore.
It's quite, yeah. Happy with Happy Gilmore.
Big Daddy was good. I like Big Daddy.
Yeah.
And The Water Boy was okay.
I liked it.
It's okay. Big Show trademarked Captain Insano.
He did.
There's rumors that he's going to bring it back.
Hey,
Yeah,
this kind of ties in with wrestling. Hey, look at that.
It does, yeah.
He
That's a segue.
Rumor has it like he was supposed to be debuting it with the Grand Slam show, but never did.
Ah, man, that's a shame.
Yeah, I read a couple of months back that got his name, Tony Khan. That's him.
Okay.
Yeah, they've bought the rights to use the name. They didn't have the rights, owned by somebody else, but now they can use it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see that happening sometime soon.
I can't imagine the trademark being, in use or anything like that.
Oh no.
No. Captain Insano. No.
So now we've destroyed Adam Sandler. Anyone else want to go?
he did that himself.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last one. I think Little Nicky was the last Adam Sandler film that I saw.
That was terrible as well. Yeah.
Okay, well,
I quite enjoyed that. It was bad, but yeah. There was Mr. Deeds wasn't good, but
yeah, I would say after
it.
Mr. Deeds, that was like the last decent Sandler film. And you get into this area where he's just like, crap. Oh shit, I'm sorry, guy.
How did we get on to Adam Sandler, by the way?
We went from Halloween to Christmas to Adam Sandler movies. That's how.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
How do we get from Christmas to Adam Sandler?
Do you think you talked about falling asleep in a movie?
Oh yeah, falling asleep. Yep.
I fell asleep in Spanglish.
I think I've ever fallen asleep at the cinema. I've never walked out either. I feel like I've paid and I can't. I need to.
No, I've not.
I mean, who can afford it these days?
Right.
Both, the actual movie, let alone walking out and getting a refund.
And it's not even like it makes a statement. Like, who am I showing?
Right.
If it's like at a restaurant, you get the food and you don't eat it, then it's like someone's gonna have to pick that up and see that was too shit to eat.
And the
but
way
I walk out of the cinema, people don't even see that I've walked out. They think I'm just going to pee, whatever.
And the way most theaters are over here, like they're one step off giving you like a blowjob to fucking keep you in the theater.
Well, maybe I'll try then.
Bringing it back to wrestling, I've not walked out of a movie, but I have walked out of a wrestling show.
Really?
Was it Impact?
Not. It wasn't. No.
Oh.
It was I think it was called World Wrestling All Stars or something. They were all no names. And
that might be the same ones that came here.
Yeah, they were all around the UK.
All-Star Pro Wrestling or something. Yeah.
I think there was one of the names I can remember was Ice Cold Rick Gold.
He's called Rick Cole. Nice.
He was one of the main stars of the promotion. And there was this show. I actually got free tickets and I walked out. That's how bad it was.
Oh.
Because it was in this. You won't really understand what I mean, Smith, but there's a town just outside Liverpool. It's a little bit smaller of a town. It's called St Helens. And there was this little theatre there, and it held about 300 people. And the stage was on the ring was on the stage.
Yeah, they did the same with us.
And then what made me walk out was I was with a mate, a friend as well, and we were sat down. We kind of thought, why the hell are we here? And during the first match, the match was carrying on, and then what I assume was the ring announcer came out on the microphone and started cheering for each wrestler.
Yes.
Trying to get us to cheer for who was in the ring.
Was she like a middle-aged blonde woman called
Yeah,
Letitia?
yeah. I don't know what her name was, but she's middle-aged and blonde.
Yeah, she's called Letitia. And yeah, she does that. Just randomly starts getting a chant going. They do the same thing. They put the ring on the stage. We had a dude called Dino. How could you not cheer for Dino?
Well, obviously.
Mikey Whiplash. Not Mikey Whipwreck. Mikey Whiplash. And he came out in a pink bathrobe. Even before Damien Sandow. Yeah, it was... that was good times.
Yeah, I just... We were sat right by a speaker.
Oh.
And it wasn't too bad, actually. Obviously, you'd expect like loud noise and stuff for a wrestling show, but it was just this screeching voice of this woman shouting for everyone was all the kids were really buying into it, they were made up.
Oh shit!
Everyone,
I've actually got this picture.
We got a picture.
So I've got a picture. I've got a few pictures from the show. They're all taken on whatever phone I had in January of 2007. So it's not the best quality, but check out who was at this All-Star Pro Wrestling show.
Oh God!
Hold on. We'll take a look here. Oh wow!
If you can get that on stream.
Yeah.
That was before he went to WWE.
I'm gonna. Hold
Robbie
on.
Brookside was there too.
The soccer guy. Give me just a second.
He's in charge of NXT these days, isn't he?
Yeah.
Supposedly, yeah. I'm trying to get it up on the stream here. You gotta give it a sec because my computer's not the fastest. One of these days I'll get a new computer. But yeah, that's a great shot, even for like a 2007.
Right, I was on like basically the end of the row, and he came out right next to me on the thing. So that's as good as it could be. All the pictures of the stage are tiny; they're like thumbnails.
Weird.
I have.
Was he going by Sheamus at the time?
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, yeah.
Sheamus O'Shaughnessy, that's right, yeah.
The Irish curse, Sheamus O'Shaughnessy.
I've opened it up in Paint so that here.
There you go.
Left
it in Paint. That was taken on a, God knows, some Nokia slide phone.
Way back in the day.
I'm trying to find it.
15 years ago.
Was it called World Wrestling All Stars? Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
That was it called. Yeah. Trying to see if there's any sort of anything online about this show in St. Helens, but I can't see anything.
Yeah, not a lot of records for that. There was a guy called James Mason there, who I think may also be working with NXT now, or NXT UK. I think he was a trainer. James Mason. He was also someone who beat MVP during his losing streak gimmick when they did a UK show. So he also appeared on SmackDown once. Who else is on here? No,
this can't be the same people. I'm looking at a wiki for World Wrestling All Stars. And apparently like guys like AJ Styles working for them at some stage. Can't be the same.
Probably done one-ups, I imagine.
Probably the Australian company. No, can't be the same.
Maybe. You never know.
All Star Wrestling, was that what it was?
All-Star Pro Wrestling, I think. Oh, it's coming up with a video game here.
No, they're still going. It's the All Star Wrestling.
They also
How many
called
beers?
themselves. They called themselves Big Time American Wrestling when they came here.
That's right. Yeah, I remember seeing a poster with that on.
Yeah. Super Slam Wrestling, maybe. Big Time.
I think some of it. God, what's the guy's name? There's a trainer in Birkenhead, which is another small town just outside Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's the guy's name? Brian, somebody. William Regal talks about him a lot about getting him started in wrestling.
Mm.
He's been going for a long time. I think they were kind of involved with him at some stage. They did have some degree of what's the word? Credibility.
Yeah, I don't know. Credibility.
Yeah, no, I can't say anything. Back
Try
then.
Super Slam Wrestling might be what they're called these days, because some of their biographies look like the same guys. Brody Steele is still there. He's ancient now.
There we go. This is a show at the same theatre. Maybe this is them. American Wrestling Show at St Helens Theatre Royal. Just 2000. I'm sure it wasn't 2017. Before that.
Never know.
Maybe. Can't see anything before that. So.
Yeah, if you have any other photos to share from that event, feel free to let me know. I'll throw it up on the screen.
Don't think anything that's of like a good enough quality. They're all so small.
Let's see what's been happening in the news here lately. Antonio Inoki recently passed away.
Yeah,
night.
kind of
the
news
shocker.
That kind of started breaking as SmackDown was on last night. I've seen a couple of tweets, and then Michael Cole actually mentioned it during the show.
Yeah. Hall of Famer, I believe, right? He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he mentioned. Yeah. He said he was in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that was a.
Quite
How
a
old
shock.
was he?
I don't know. He was up there. I think he was like 60 something, right?
There we go. It's on.
Let me see.
1943. What's that?
Nearly 80.
Oh, I was way off then. 79.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
He was inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame in 2010.
God, that feels like ages ago.
It does, yeah. Did you mention the legendary wrestler versus boxer match with Ali?
Ali. Yeah.
1976. A long time ago.
Of course, he was also on Dark Side of the Ring recently. You know,
Was he?
Yeah, there's something about that show where they're able to get like people on it as like interviewers or just like guests to commentate about certain things, and then they end up passing away. It is kind of eerie. Like New Jack was there, and then he like passed away in like a couple of years after. Road Warrior Animal, I believe, was also on the piece of the Road Warriors, and he ended up dying shortly thereafter. I don't know. It's kind of eerie.
Yeah. Strange. Haven't most of the team that did that, they're working for WWE now, aren't they?
Yeah, something.
I read.
Yeah, WWE kind of like scooped him up or something like that, and now.
Yeah.
the show's like future's in limbo or whatever.
But then I saw I think I read yesterday actually Vice TV are making a Vince documentary,
Oh boy.
and it's literally about all the allegations and whatnot.
Yeah. Just buy
That could be interesting.
just buy the one from Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are they going to have on to actually talk about that?
That's a good
Well,
point, actually. Maybe like
yeah.
disgruntled former employees,
Yeah.
like Jim Ross or something.
There'd have to be a load of people who don't mind burning bridges.
Cornette.
Yeah, definitely.
Cornell do it. Yeah.
And again, are you still burning bridges these days? Because
Cornette, yeah.
Steph is still in charge. It's, I think he's still close enough related that
Plus he's
they
trying
probably don't want to.
He's trying to tap into the anime market too.
The anime market?
Yeah, if you try to look up clips to his show on YouTube, it's like they're like anime. He like commentates on like certain anime things.
Vince?
No, Cornette.
Oh,
I
he was going to try to bring back Vince McMahon's ass cartoon.
That would be great. That would be great. I don't think they could ever do that in this day and age, but that would be great. It's a nice looking ass. What else happened recently? That's been kind of the reason why we haven't been doing some of the shows. Is like there just hasn't been much to talk about.
No.
There's not been anything massive happening, but then I don't know, obviously you guys haven't seen it, but Raw and SmackDown I think have been 10 times better this last couple of weeks.
Well, that's good.
There's a lot, just subtle changes, like longer matches, and the lads are doing a lot more. You can definitely tell something has changed in the way they're doing the shows. I know we've said this a few times, obviously since it all happened, but you're now starting to see some of the fruits of, if you like, things are happening. Looking at the ornaments, we're going to bring this up a bit later on, but we haven't mentioned the White Rabbit situation.
Go for it, yeah.
No one knows what it is.
I think everyone knows what it is.
Well, I think we know where it's going, but I mean, I think I said on Twitter during the week, this has got to be the most creative thing they've done in years. It's some of the little things that have been going on. I mean, there was a link on SmackDown last night that links to a picture of a pig.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the source code for the site, there's a phone number. Well, if you phone the number, we have to try and play it. It's on Twitter, so I think we'll probably get away with playing it. Let me find the link. Sorry, give me a minute. But yeah, it's just show me all of the little things that are just you wouldn't even think that they do.
There's been a few. So, what was the first one? Is that the QR code that linked to the Who Killed the World Hangman?
Well, the first thing that started happening was the song was getting
played.
Just
played the song, yeah.
Yeah, and it was they were doing it in a real sort of weird way. They were playing it during ad breaks.
Yeah.
So people watching didn't know about it. The only thing we knew about it is I think it was what's the guy on? Is it Ryan Satin? Is it?
He's a fuck.
Probably.
Well, he's a fuck, but he was at SmackDown when this
Good for
started
him.
happening, and okay. but he took a video of the song being played, and all the lights went red. While this is all off air, and we didn't see any of this watching the show. But yeah, so that was the first, and it was playing at live events as well. So the only thing anyone knew about it really was like people tweeting it and things like that. So and then I think there was the QR code that you mentioned. Someone walked past the crowd on the Raw, I think.
Yeah.
With a QR code on the sign. So this is the. Apparently, if you call this number, I've just sent you a link there, Smith. If you call this number, it takes you. There's a voice. Which then someone slowed down and. Oh, sorry, they sped it up. Sorry. And they're saying it sounds like Bray speaking.
Huh.
It's a very creepy. Little bit of audio. If you can.
If Twitter ever decides to freaking load, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Pitched it up 6 steps. It's Bray speaking. Oh, if the damn thing would load in.
Just even what he's saying as well. It's a little bit
Hold on.
unnerving, I think is the word you don't.
Well, we're trying to get this on. What else has there been any clues to with the?
Well,
White
during the same show, SmackDown. Oh, sorry, there's another clue as well on the pig. This is a real in-depth clue if you think if you when you hear about it. The file name of the picture of the pig was TS10E6. Now, that might not mean anything, but people are saying that it means The Simpsons season 10, episode 6.
What?
Which apparently the song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane is in that episode.
Wow.
So that's
That's
real.
Is that the one
crazy.
where Homer becomes a hippie?
I can't remember, possibly.
That's crazy.
That's a good episode.
All right, here we go.
There was another one where you look at the source code of one of these things, and it said kind of in the code there, "No man is ever truly good. No man is ever truly evil." It's just pretty unfair with all the controversy with Aleister Black going on at the moment.
Yeah, well, that was then when that come out, yeah, because everyone sort of think, well, maybe it's Aleister Black then.
They were already talking about him leaving and stuff. No, I'm just taking some time off.
Here you go.
So before you play it, sorry,
Bravo.
there's
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
there was yeah, so you phone this number that's on this site or in the source code, which plays a message backwards. And this is what we're going to play now, but this is being played the right way. So it's someone saying Bravo Echo Lima Alpha India Romeo. I am the way into the city of woe. I am the way into the eternal sorrow. But when you phone the number, it's backwards. But if you play this, this is what it actually is.
Bravo, Echo, Lima, Alpha, India, Romeo.
Huh.
I
Bel
am
Air.
the way into the city of woe.
That doesn't sound
I
like
am
Bray.
the way into eternal sorrow.
Yeah, that's weird. How are people figuring this shit out? Is what's kind of
It is
blowing my
crazy.
mind away here a little bit.
Well,
Shout out to Cast
Someone-
the Ass, by the way, for posting that on Twitter.
this to take it a step further, that message you just heard there. If you throw this up, Smoot, this is another. A lot of this. Sean Ross Sapp was doing a lot of digging last night while SmackDown was on.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of these tweets are from him. But that first line where he said, "I am the way into the city of woe," it's a quote, from a while years ago. I can't remember who actually said it.
Dante.
Is it on there? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Dante. That's right. Yeah. But then, if you look at the last line,
Abandon all
Abandon
hope.
all hope. Who you enter here? So,
which was written all over the Firefly Funhouse.
well, it
Yeah.
was all who leave here, wasn't it? That was
Leave,
the
was it Leave?
Well,
Was it
fun.
something
Yeah,
Close
that was
enough.
all who
Close.
exit here. I think it was.
Close enough. Who's counting?
Which was, I remember I was listening to the Russo show back then,
God.
and they were analyzing the Funhouse. They thought it was the best thing ever. It's such a Russo gimmick, and they were saying that the Funhouse was kind of like it was like an allegory for WWE itself. So it's like anyone who leaves WWE is doomed. Like the
Yeah.
abandon hope, all you who try to quit, basically. So there was a couple of other things. There was some coordinates that people looked up, and it was, I think one was for like the arena that they were going to next, and there
That's
was
right, yeah,
one,
seen
there
that
was a zip code for Corbin, a town called Corbin,
Yeah.
and then another one that then linked, I think it was a YouTube channel, wasn't it? Which they found a YouTube channel from 15 years ago that posted
Yeah.
15 years ago the White Rabbit song, and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
There's a clip. God knows where I'll find it now, but John Albert tweeted it a couple of days ago. There's a clip of
John
Bray
Alba,
Wyatt.
not a fuck.
He's not a fuck, no. It's a clip from Bray Wyatt from his FCW days,
Oh my god.
Wow.
and yeah, it goes that far back, and he's saying something. I can't. It's what it's the lyrics to the song. It's something that's already come out recently.
Mhm.
Again, obviously part of this. And it's obvious if it's Wyatt, and he's got to be involved himself, because this is probably the kind of thing he was good at. He was
Yeah.
very creative, and
Yeah.
it's some of the things that while Cole and Graves were talking last night, there was a sign just appeared behind them. It said revel in what you. That was it. Sorry, I'm mixing up stories. The sign that says revel in what you are is apparently what this video Wyatt said 15, 20 years ago nearly.
Reveling what you are.
There's a tweet the way he said it as well from October 2019, where he's retweeted an image from the guy who did the drawings, Rob Schamberger, was it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He retweeted his image of the Fiend that he drew, and he's just tagged it with revel in what you are. That was October 27, 2019.
Yeah, there's stuff going back. So this 15-year-old YouTube channel then posted another video with another zip code in it, which was a town called Wyndham.
Oh boy.
So, and then now we've got this audio clip which he reads out the phonetic alphabet for Bel Air. So he's
Bel Air,
mentioned
yeah.
Wyndham, which is and then he changed his Twitter handle as well. That used to be Wyndham, now it's Wyatt.
Yeah.
So he's mentioned Wyndham, Corbin, and Bel Air. Is there something?
What-
Is there a faction in the works here?
Is there a link there, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Also in this, I don't know if you've seen the Hangman video here, where it says "Who killed the world" and the
Yeah.
letters that you did. The White Rabbit is choosing the letters, and the ones that he doesn't get, the ones that he gets wrong, the wrong ones.
Oh.
E, M, N, and X. That makes X-Men.
Well, isn't that
Also-
the same one where he spells out demon?
Deadpool has just announced that Wolverine is going to be in Deadpool 3. Just saying.
Oh man.
Yeah, isn't that the same the Hangman thing where it spells out demon as well? I've seen.
Kinda. Demon X, it could be, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I say it's the most interesting thing they've done in a long time. Apparently we're getting the big reveal. Probably Extreme Rules.
Maybe.
Guess that kind of makes sense. So where's this Ray Wyatt Twitter? Is he changed his background picture, and it's a very like it's the kind of the fiend mask, but it looks more rabbity. Yeah, here we go. So his banner image there.
Let's take a look. Here.
Kind of gives it away, right? Got a rabbit nose now.
The Rabbit Man.
Well, I'd say you got to think maybe if it does come back here's the fiend, it's gonna be a new fiend.
Yeah.
Some kind of new look to him.
Where is it on the?
Yeah.
On the header here.
Yeah. So that's not the old fiend mask, is it? That's
That looks like a new one. Yeah. Here, we'll put that up on the stream. Could have just been one he never really used.
There
It's
was
got a rabbit nose.
It's true.
The picture of the pig. I think it was a GIF that someone found on the same page. There's a weird looking fox creature. See if I can find a picture of it somewhere. It just flashes up for literally a split second.
Huh.
Can't find it. I'll find it in a sec. But yeah, there's so much gone into this. The reveal should be pretty good.
Yeah.
The plot thickens. Well, yeah, this is kind of like the best thing going on right now with WWE. I feel is who is the White Rabbit? It's probably Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, right? They're doing all of this cool stuff, but we know where it's going, and really all of the clues that they're leaving is just watch the next show. They do one week that says 9/26 or whatever it was, the date of the next show, and then it's the arena of the next show. It's like, well, yeah, okay, we're just gonna keep watching. We kind of know that, and we know it's gonna be Bray at some point. It's just, I don't know, it's fun for the sake of fun, I guess. But
there was one thing I hadn't seen actually. I seen it on Twitter yesterday. There was a segment on Raw where I think it was Theory and a few others were doing a bit of a brawl backstage. And then, as they're all fighting away, you can just in the background you see a hand, and it looks like the Fiend's hand with the glove. You only see it for a split second, then it goes again. But yeah, that's one of the other clues, if you like. Can't find this picture anywhere. I haven't made it up. It did exist. But yeah, that seems to be the big thing going on in WWE right now.
Yeah.
I suppose the other big thing, if we have to mention it, I suppose, is Roman Reigns and Logan Paul.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
That's going to be happening on November 5th. Not too far away. In the beautiful city of Riyadh.
Yeah, Roman deserves better than that.
He's gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll win.
What is the next pay-per-view? Because that was another thing I was kind of...
Extreme Rules.
Extreme Rules next week.
Next week?
Next week. That's what I was saying about us doing predictions and stuff.
Jesus, alright.
But speaking of Extreme Rules, someone pointed out, I'll do it now, if we can, the difference in what you might call the McMahon era
Uh-huh.
Extreme Rules and the Triple H era. Let me just get the card up and I'll show you what I mean. Please hold. So here we go. So last year the card was, there was 7 matches, and we had, I'll just run through these quickly. We had Liv Morgan versus Carmella, the New Day versus Lashley, AJ Styles, and Omos. The Usos versus the Street Profits for the SmackDown tag titles. Charlotte versus Alexa for the Raw Women's Championship.
Wrestling
Uh,
cards.
Damian Priest versus Jeff Hardy and Sheamus for a triple threat match for the United States title. Becky versus Bianca for the SmackDown title, and Roman Reigns against Finn Balor in an Extreme Rules match. So there was
Is that the one
7
where
matches.
the top rope just broke for no reason?
Yeah, there were 7 matches last year, and bear in mind the show was called Extreme Rules. Only one of them was an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah. Don't remind
Um,
me. Don't remind me, because I think I went off on that last year.
And then we had 6 other matches with no stipulations whatsoever. They were all just singles or tag matches. So fast forward 12 months to the Triple H era. We've got 6 matches announced so far.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey in an Extreme Rules match for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Extreme Rules.
Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins in a fight pit match.
Fight pit.
Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross in a strap match. Bianca, yeah, that's possibly the only letdown, I think. Bianca versus Bayley in a ladder match for the Raw Women's title. I believe that's the first women's ladder match on the main roster.
First women's lad. They've done Money in the Bank.
Yeah, the first
singles.
singles.
Yeah, it might be.
Edge, I think Michael Cole mentioned it last night. Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. And the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a...
That goes like a good old-fashioned Donnybrook.
Yes. So, as silly as that last match might sound, it's just out of us here.
Still sounds good.
Extreme Rules match
silly
or
name, but
no DQ or whatever. But yeah, so we've got 6 matches, all with stipulations, and good stipulations as well. Maybe the strap match could be different. So yeah, that just the difference in the card. I think if we were still in the old era, then again, most of their matches would be singles matches, I think, without any stipulation on them. So yeah, I think Triple H is doing a good job so far.
Yeah, that ladder match should be really good. I think the ladies will knock it out.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, apparently it is the first singles ladder match on the main roster, women's match.
Wow.
And I think it's interesting doing the fight pit on the main roster as well. I know they've done it a few times in NXT, haven't they?
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
Speaking of things they've done in NXT and they're doing on the main roster, fast forward a couple of months to Survivor Series, where they're finally going to be doing War Games on the main roster.
Yeah.
And Triple H did an interview with some radio station or wherever it was, and he actually said the last few years it's always been Raw versus SmackDown, and he said there's been
The
no
only
point
time of year.
to the matches. Which there wasn't, there's no point, was there? Just
No.
well, they're SmackDown for what? And you had people who were fighting each other one week and then on the team the next week. just didn't make any sense.
And it wasn't for anything.
Yeah, that's exactly
No
what he
one
said.
had any loyalty to their brand. The brand didn't really mean anything to anyone.
Yeah.
There was no stakes.
The only time it was good was when that year they did Raw. Yeah, SmackDown invaded Raw with the women and Becky broke her nose.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But yeah, he referenced all that and he said, yeah, there's never been any point to it really. He said, we're going to do it different this year. He said, it's not going to be Raw versus SmackDown. And we're doing a men's and women's war games, and there'll be a point to it. It'll be storyline driven. So yeah, like it's quite an exciting time in WWE at the minute. The changes that are being made. It's all very interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
You'll have to watch Raw again, Smith.
No.
So reluctant.
I've enjoyed my 3 hours that I don't have to dedicate to Monday nights. I mean, I don't know. It does sound like the show is getting a little bit better.
It's getting good again.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'm glad. Maybe I don't know if I'll tune in live, but maybe I'll start checking out some of the stuff that they've been
I think this
doing.
pay-per-view next Extreme Rules next week. I think this could be really good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it has the potential as like a soft reset for them to kind of like, hey, we're back into the fold.
And they're doing. I thought they might have done it on this show, but they're doing the Donnybrook match. But the night before on SmackDown, they're doing Gunther against Sheamus again. And they had a hell of a match at Clash of the Castle. So looking forward to seeing that again. This is for the Intercontinental title again.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's an exciting time, I think. Apparently, this week's both shows are being. They've done this before, but it doesn't really mean anything. But they being billed as season premieres of both Raw and SmackDown.
Right, because it's technically fall.
Yeah.
That means last week was the season finale.
Well, exactly. Yeah. There's some talk they want to do some visual changes on both shows. Don't know what that is going to mean, but they've already kind of done it with the NXT going back to the black and gold again.
That's good. Yeah, I saw the little teaser from NXT 2.0 to black and gold again.
Yeah, they changed the logo back. It's still a lot of it still got the old sort of paint spray thing, whatever the theme it was.
Yeah.
But I think that might change because they taped the last 2 episodes of NXT. I'm not sure why, but they did. So I think this Tuesday's one is possibly the first live one since they announced the black and gold was coming back.
Maybe since they're doing the season premiere of SmackDown and Raw, maybe that's when they'll do the black and gold for.
Yeah, maybe they'll just change everything in one go. There's talk that there's new belts on the horizon as well. Apparently, there's been new tag belts being made for like years. They won't use them for some reason. But yeah, there's a new tag belts and something else. I think it's a new one of the women's belts, or both women's belts are going to change. Like, I'm not sure in what way, but I've read that as well.
I'm interested to see how they look. I don't know if they're going to be
Yeah.
like, decent looking or not.
The last belt they really made that was any good, I think the NXT UK title looked quite good.
Yeah, that had a old school look.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what they do with it.
Hmm.
Oh, that was the other. So it's talking about Extreme Rules as well. It's one of the other hints, clues, whatever you want to call them. The graphics on WWE.com. You'll like this, Smooth, actually. You're like me. You're a graphics guy.
Yeah.
I'll try and show you while we're talking about it. The graphics for the matches for Extreme Rules.
Always Ronda Rousey.
If you got it open,
poster.
there you go. You got it open. Yeah. If you go right down to the Bianca Bailey match, there you go on the left there.
Right here.
Yeah. So that's a standard one. You can just see there's nothing out of the ordinary there, really. You know, it's all on the same theme as.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to another match, which one's it on? Let's have a look. Yeah, the Riddle match there.
Okay.
You look in the top left-hand corner.
Oh, there's a lantern.
Yeah. And fireflies.
Oh shit, yeah. But there's no fireflies over here.
Exactly. And then if you go to the Edge match, Edge and Balor, there is. It's red. From all the others are green. And that's red.
Hold on.
You just go back to the main. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not seeing it.
This website.
Oh, this
there
one.
you go.
Oh, there
This
you go.
website does suck. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Huh. Yeah. Why is it red? Is it like SmackDown versus Raw or whatever?
Well, that's what's been happening with the lights, isn't it? Every time that song plays, they've been going red.
Huh. Well, that's odd. You got a steel chair over here. You've got the firefly. But why would it? Why would they not have that for the ladies' match?
Well, yeah, that's.
Are you trying to say that all these guys are stinky and not the ladies? Like what? You can even see it here. Like
Yeah, it's on that one as well. Yeah.
you can see it here. You can see it here. And oh, there's nothing here. Nothing there. Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. I think you might be right. That'd be a hell of a little plot twist. Even in the Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan, which by the way, I think Rousey's probably taking this here.
Yeah, I think the Liv experiment's over.
Yeah. There's no fireflies here either on the side. Is there a stipulation in this match? Extreme Rules, yeah.
Extreme Rules.
Yeah, Liv's dying. Proverbially on TV.
She did go a bit wild with the kendo stick last week on SmackDown, so you know.
Good for her.
She's trying to prove she's extreme, but yeah.
Good for her. If there's anything that we've learned this week from Dynamite, it's that screechy try-hard anger doesn't fucking sell. And I'm talking about
Screechy try-hard anger.
Yeah.
There's a few people you might be talking about there.
Who do you? Well, take a guess.
It sounds like Daniel Garcia to me.
Oh no, no. But okay. I mean, that's an interesting reciprocation there, I have to say.
I like the story, and he's great, but his delivery is so bad. He always looks like he's just about to break down into tears. Like,
Yeah.
there's no like, I don't know. He just seems so weak all the time.
Yeah. I mean, he's with Jericho. He has to be weak.
he just has no fire. You know, he's got everything else. He's like the complete opposite of Alex Riley. He had great babyface fire and nothing to back it up. Screechy, Anger. Who were you talking about?
Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, okay. That too. That too.
Yeah, I didn't. I actually watched AEW this week. That promo didn't really land, did it?
No. Neither did the one last week.
I must admit, I know we're not supposed to like him, GFO. You know, he's a nasty bad guy. But it is quite funny hearing him call Shivani a fat old prick. I'm sorry. I know you shouldn't laugh at that, but I do.
Pretty sure Tony's called MJF a prick before.
Yeah. Multiple
Wouldn't
times.
surprise me.
Which he is.
I
mean,
didn't he call him a piece of shit? I remember it. But he's a really good heel, though, isn't he? MJF, you've got to hand it to him there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's pretty good. It's just, you know, it's not hard to be an awful human being.
It's with that kind of charisma. Not many people do it quite like that.
And the fact that he can get away with saying cuckold on Turner Television is kind of hilarious.
Well,
But they won't let him say shit.
oh, Soraya, she wasn't allowed to say shit.
Yeah.
No?
And
That was such a bad line.
Oh man, and the fact that, like, you know, somebody was giving her time cues or something, she had an issue with it.
I don't even know if that was true, or like right after that, it kind of looked like she was just saying it, like,
Yeah,
I'll do my own time cues. I'm shipping over here. But then as soon as she said it, she called the girls out. So it's like, that's probably what the time cue was for.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then she tells Britt Baker, your name rhymes with shit. That's the line. That's not even shit taker. Shit taker, that's something.
Yeah. And that was after the fact that Britt somehow shoehorned a psoriasis joke.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Yeah.
For the 1840 demographic in 2022.
You actually called it, Smoot, I think you seen your tweet. And you're totally right. It felt like something from the Diva Search.
It was somebody else, but I retweeted it. Yeah, it really did feel like a Diva Search sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's get all the women out there for a match. Make it a Lumberjill match. There you go. With no sort of direction or angle whatsoever for them. It fucking sucks. Like, some of the Dynamites have been, like, really good, and then there's other ones where I just want to turn the show off after, like, the first match. Like that opening segment with the Jericho Society, and then they have Luigi Primo, who I originally liked. Turns out he might be anti-vax, so I don't like him, if that's the case.
Oh, come on. That's ad hominem. I don't late know. For all that anyway.
It would explain why he was paired up with Jericho for no fucking reason.
Yeah, was that just to get the New York pizza line in?
I think it was just to team him up with Jericho, who's also probably anti-vax.
I don't know. Do you give Tony Khan credit for that? Making an anti-vax tag team.
Somebody's gotta get credit for it, I feel.
It was weird having the pizza guy out there. Yeah. Unless it was just to say New York has great pizzas. That seemed to be the only reason for him to be there.
Someone's gonna have to explain to me because I didn't have a clue. Who's this pizza guy?
Luigi Primo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was on
the show. He's my favorite wrestler.
So he is actually a wrestler then?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Still
Yeah.
not weird.
Yeah, he was on the show like a few weeks ago, and he was just in a backstage vignette, and then Ethan Page just kicked his head off. And I only know that because I just simply had a tweet that says "Thank you for coming, Luigi Primo," and then it did numbers. That being said, if he's anti-vax, that's incredibly disappointing. Okay, no crickets
No,
on that. All right.
I just think she's waiting them.
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, there's no point in him.
There's no point. Like he kind of just got big on the indies for the fact that he's a pizza guy. He's tossing the dough while like in the ring.
Yeah, it's fun. There's like a 30-second clip of him like throwing the dough around while doing a few moves.
Jericho
But
probably.
I don't know how.
Yeah, Jericho probably saw that and was like, you know what? I want to take some of the shine off of this guy. Let me put him in McFlyer's stable, and then leech off of his fame.
But how long's it gonna last? And I
Not
know
much.
they said the same thing about Orange Cassidy, and he turned out to be great. But I don't see it in Luigi Primo. How far can this gimmick go? You see him do the pizza thing.
Maybe he'll make a calzone next. Maybe a stromboli.
Whoa. Maybe. Can't really throw a calzone around them. That'd be messy.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, no, you're right. You can. You definitely can. I don't know if you should, but you can. You're right.
What else happened on Dynamite this week that kind of pissed me off? Like, pretty much the entire show was just like, I don't know. It was just a snooze fest, really. Like there's so much talking segments. Bandito, who I would say Bandito is probably the best part because he looked like one of the Spy versus Spy characters.
He did a little bit. Now you mention it. He had that long mask.
Yeah.
And he was hugging Tony Khan after the show, so maybe he got like a contract or something. But yeah, here.
Apparently he was offered a contract. I don't know if he signed one, but yeah.
Well, why wouldn't he? Come on, look who he's going up against. Ring of Honor champion Chris Jericho.
That's a worker handshake right there.
Yeah. Just needs a hat. And there you go.
It's true. There it is.
But yeah, there's just so many talking segments. I feel like it's just it was. I didn't like it.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of talking.
And then Coolio died.
Yeah, non sequitur, but yeah, you're right. He did.
Also, something that they kind of dropped, by the way.
Yeah.
The AEW rankings don't seem to be a thing anymore.
Apparently, they've cooled off on the rankings thing. They're not gone, but they're not using them quite like they used to.
Yeah, like the last update was August 31st, where the wrestling company that supposedly wins and losses matter.
Well, the rankings showed that they didn't really matter. That was most of the problem that people had with them.
Yeah, because Tony Khan runs the show, and he doesn't get enough credit for that.
He doesn't get enough credit.
Doesn't. Who's going to give him credit for Fulham getting battered by Newcastle today?
That
Sorry,
was
football joke.
an early red card. No coming back.
No. I did watch. I don't normally get a chance to watch tournament, but I did this week. I did get a quote from William Regal.
Are we doing the thumbs up, thumbs down?
Oh, we could.
Because I feel like that's where this is going.
All right, hold on. Let me get Photoshop open. It's gonna be a moment.
Well, I don't think you're thinking the same one. You maybe were.
No? Okay. I don't have it written down, the one I'm thinking of.
There was a very quick one that he said very early on.
Mm-hmm. That might be the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, where it was after the Jericho promo where he just, wanted to sex up Excalibur.
It was
Again.
well, there was that, and it was just before that actually when someone made a mistake and played about 3 seconds of Brian
Yeah.
Brian
Oh,
Danielson's
yeah.
music,
Yeah.
and he just shouted the music man's off his nut.
Yeah. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever
What was
wrote
the other
that
one where
shit
he was
off his
flirting
nut.
with the man in the mask?
Oh yeah, that was just after that. It was the thing.
Yeah, it was around
He
the same
started.
time.
Yeah. Can't remember exactly what he said, but yeah, he was wanting to do things to Excalibur.
He's skirting the
It's
line.
usually the one that you
He's skirting the line.
Well, he can get away with it. He's an eccentric Englishman.
Yeah.
That's true. Here.
Like, yeah, I can't remember exactly what he said at all. Just remember the music man's off his nut.
Aye. There we go. Hold on one sec. Let me get this set up.
That could be a t-shirt. I'd buy that t-shirt. The music man's off his nut.
Music Man's off his nut. Oh man, I thought I had one set up here for like a couple weeks ago when we were gonna do the show, but I don't know if I saved it. Doesn't seem like I saved it. Okay, hold on a sec. Give me a sec here. Let me type it up. Music Man off his nut. Okay. All right. And it's catchy, I know. Here, let me cut to it. It's the best of worst of the week. No, not that one. There we are.
Hey. I'll
Mine.
put a thumbs down straight away, and you'll probably say the same thing. I think what you said before. The surveyors segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AW bringing back the Diva Search.
Find Regal's line.
It's at the beginning. It's after the opening
I
segment.
think it was after the first outbreak. Cause he...
Yeah,
So-
I got the music man's off his nut. I don't think he says anything to Excalibur there.
I thought it was just after that.
Maybe, I don't know. For me,
It's hello the man in the mask or something. How the devil are you?
Oh, there it is. Okay, alright. He says, ooh. He's off his nut. There you go. Then he says, look at you, you Rice Krispie treat. You can snap,
was right.
crackle, and pop me anytime you like.
yeah. He's skirting the line. He is skirting the fucking line.
Yeah,
Good on him.
that's a trademark term. You can't say that.
See, this is
Rice,
WWE should have put him on commentary years ago, and they never did.
Yeah.
Well, they did for a little while, but it was always on like the NXT brand, or
Yeah.
he was kind of hidden, wasn't he, on NXT 3? And he was really good.
Yeah.
What is this tiny thumbs down you're writing here?
I spell
What a story.
Oh, almost. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you do.
Yeah. Hold on. Ah, damn it.
Everything that's on the show. It's the longest one.
You still going?
This is longer than your Roman Reigns name.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Pretty much everything else on the show, from too many promo segments to belittling the women's division with the psoriasis joke to Jericho being a Ring of Honor champion in 2022, and I don't even freaking watch Ring of Honor.
That's a fair point. You don't watch Ring of Honor. You can't watch Ring of Honor. It's not a thing. Why is it all over the show?
Because they're trying to get a TV deal. And I don't know how the
That's
hell...
right. Can't we wait until they get one then and just do all of this then?
I don't know how, like...
Or turn Rampage into the Ring of Honor show?
Yeah, that would be great. I don't understand how, like, a 50-year-old Jericho with your main title is supposed to get a TV deal, but... Okay.
Speaking of Rampage, my thumbs down of the week has to be, and it's not just of the week, it's a bigger issue. Tony Khan just missing the boat on stuff. Tony Khan doing everything he should do, like 2 weeks late. The tag titles were the big one. They should have just called the audible and had the Acclaimed win on the pay-per-view. But then they do that weird Will Hobbs win on the pay-per-view, and then set up the rematch, the hardcore whatever it was, the good old-fashioned Donnybrook, which is on Rampage. So now Ricky Starks gets his big win on the show that no one's watching.
Yeah.
And then he comes back on Dynamite, that people do watch, and has this like 2-second squash match. And what are we supposed to take from all of this?
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Like, he does do the thing that he should do. It's just not when he should do it.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, fair point.
I have another thumbs up here. Not being the only person blocked by Teddy Long.
Teddy Long blocked everyone.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Didn't he say he was hacked?
Yeah, that was his claims that he was quote unquote hacked by somebody on Instagram who got to his Twitter, and apparently just went on a blocking spree or something like that.
He's been suspended.
Is that right? Is that right? Hold on, let's take a look.
What's his actual Twitter handle? Is it Theodore Long WWE?
I think no, it's Teddy Long.
No, that must be a fake one. Then.
Teddy Long Player.
It's Teddy Player or something, yeah.
Teddy Player Long, right there you go. I like that. These tweets are protected, so I'm not blocked.
No.
I'm just he's not letting me in.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Teddy Player Long, that's awesome.
Yeah, see. But long ago, when he first got on the Twitter, I made like a tag team joke. I made a tag team joke during the show, or during like Raw or something like that, and then we go back.
He's cashing in on the whole situation because he's selling a shirt.
You're blocked.
So it was Saraya and Renee Young or Ray Paquette.
You got blocked, Player. That's great.
He's making a few quid on the side of the situation.
Considering he also announced that his wife passed away, like,
really?
let him make a few bucks.
What? So to see Teddy Long's tweets, I have to follow him, and to follow him, he has to allow me. He has to accept my follow request.
Looking at the rest of his merch on Pro Wrestling Tees, he's got a shirt that says, "Tonight you will go 1-on-1
with the Undertaker."
No, it just says you can't say the Undertaker. One that says "Holla." One that says "Holla, holla, holla," obviously. And then one says now hold on a minute, player.
Nice. Nothing that says tag team match player?
It does. We're gonna have a tag team match, and it's a
There you
tag
go.
team match in the style of the SmackDown logo. It's quite good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, he's covered all the bases there. That's everything I would want to see. My thumbs up. I guess this is the only thing left now. You guys are very quick with yours. Is another bigger one. It's not just a this week thing. My thumbs up this week. In fact, I'm gonna start with a little tester. See if you can work it out. What do these men have in common? Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Braun Strowman.
They're all former champions.
Yeah, but no.
Uh,
I mean, it's a more exclusive group than that. The answer is, and it may surprise you,
I don't know.
they all got decent pushes in WWE, got fired, and then went to TNA and got loads better.
Strowman did?
And then came back to WWE like with a whole new lease of life and actually tried, they took their failure, if you want to call it that.
Was Strowman
as,
on Impact?
Strowman got to TNA, did he?
Showed up a few times in Impact,
Huh.
yeah.
Did he? Yeah.
He's kind of a
Yeah.
he's kind of a meathead.
Like, he is a meathead. Like, that's
Yeah.
definitely true.
Like, I'm still kind of upset
Well,
with the whole like comments they gave about the indies and whatnot about like paying bills and dues and things like
Yeah.
that. It's like,
There's that.
and then the pandemic
Well,
happened, and then he got fired.
Which is, yeah.
you
It was
know.
bad timing to say all of that. That's
Yeah.
definitely true. But all of that aside, apparently, from what I'm hearing about his recent return to WWE, is that he actually looks great now. And they tried the giant thing with Omos and Commander Aziz, and who was the tall one, Veer or Shanky? One of those guys. was huge,
Veer, I
Veer.
think.
Veer.
Yeah.
And none of those guys are any good. And now they've got Strowman back. And it's suddenly like, oh god, there's like a giant guy who can actually work. And remember when Strowman started in the Wyatt family, he sucked too. But he actually improved. He actually worked hard at it. Now I'm compare those three guys, Lashley, McIntyre, and Strowman, to a guy like Chris Masters. Well, Chris Masters, he got pretty good by the end. But okay, the Ryback. How about the Ryback?
He's
and
kind
then
of a
just
fuck.
disappeared.
He's kind of a fuck.
Well, all right. I know you don't like guys. I'm talking purely about the attitude to the business. That's the point. Is
Right.
that so many people get fired and then just disappear as if like, well, if WWE doesn't want me, then pro wrestling's not an option anymore. But certain guys take it as like I need to up my game. And Cody Rhodes is a bit like that, and Lashley was obviously like that. And it's I kind of expected that from Strowman. I figured he's, his first job in wrestling pretty much was at WWE. Got a good push, got fired. He's getting on a little bit. He's probably not at the stage of his life where he wants to work the indies and like struggle, but he did. So, fair play to that. So, my thumbs up this week is TNA's role in the wrestling landscape. It's like the place where no one really wants to go, but if you go there, it really shows that you care, that you're taking it seriously, right? Kinda.
I see what you mean. Yeah.
So it's that step back, almost an embarrassing step back, like, oh shit, I was there and now I'm here. But if you want to make it work, these guys all went there, they all tried real hard, they got really good, and then went back and were much better. And McIntyre, obviously, he's the one. But Lashley too. They've had a much better second WWE career.
But you mean Drew
than the
Galloway?
first.
Thank you.
Yeah, Drew Galloway. Exactly.
Mm.
And so few do. So few people leave and then actually work at it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very thoughtful thumbs up. I don't know how that has to do with anything that happened this week.
It's nothing this week, other than Strowman's back, and apparently he's doing quite well. I think it was what made me first think of it is that he had a really high-rated segment, him and Otis.
Yeah.
Probably because everyone expected Bray Wyatt to come back, but still, it was like these guys got a massive rating, and I figured, oh, God, Strowman, he's really over. What's going on with this guy? And then it's I kind of figured that once he left, that was it. We weren't going to hear from him again. But here he is. Apparently, he actually kind of likes this wrestling thing.
Yeah. Good point, well made.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, that's a very. I mean, it's hard to disagree. I mean, Impact has always been like the number 2 to WWE for like the longest time, and then AEW I think kind of dethroned them a little bit. But
well, definitely, and especially now. I mean, then too, but it's like monumental failure. It's like it was such a dumpster fire for a while. That
Yeah.
It's almost like going there was like an embarrassment.
yeah, because Dixie Carter's a
For
fucking
someone
moron.
to go there. Well, yeah, exactly. But for someone like Lashley to go there and like, oh God, Lashley, he doesn't need to do this, and yet he did.
Yeah.
And it really shows like what they were trying to do with it. It wasn't just to make money. Oh, I suppose for some it was. Kevin Nash it was.
It's still kind of wild how much like they're still trying to rebound from the Dixie Carter Vince Russo era.
I don't know if they ever will. It's just
I don't know if
crazy.
they. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they ever will either.
They changed the name. What more can you do?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like its own thing now, and the Dixie Russo stuff was like ancient history, to be fair, but like.
But doesn't everyone think of that when they hear Impact Wrestling?
Yeah.
Like I still call
Yeah.
it's called TNA in my thumbs up there. It's
Still
not called
TNA.
TNA. It's been called TNA for a long
Hey,
time.
I just put what you said. I just put what
I
you said.
know. It hasn't been TNA for years and years and years, and yet it still kind of is TNA.
And then when Anthem had it with the owl.
Yeah.
Is it called Impact Wrestling? Or is that the actual
Yeah.
name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the TV show is called Impact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does that mean it's Impact Wrestling Impact?
Sure.
Is NXT called NXT 2.0?
Yeah.
No, it's,
Yeah.
it's WWE NXT.
WWE NXT 2.0.
It's WWE Raw, isn't it? WWE Smack, AEW Dynamite. Yeah.
But it's a different brand now.
True.
Is it though?
Kinda. FCW back in the day, that was just called Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yeah.
That didn't have a show name.
Yeah. That's our
Love
thumbs up.
The website actually.
That's our thumbs up, thumbs down segment this week. Anything else before we get out of here? Because we've been going for an hour and a half, believe it or not.
Have we? Hmm.
Yeah.
Just one thing from SmackDown last night. They had Kevin Owens. Quite a few. They were a bit short actually, because obviously with everything that happened in Florida.
Yeah. Same with supposedly with Dynamite.
Yeah, there was some people couldn't make it. Then WWE were in Winnipeg in Canada as well. There was a bit of a distance, and obviously issues with travel and everything. So I don't know whether maybe they asked people to come in that shouldn't have been there, but they had Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano, and they both got obviously Kevin Owens being in Canada, but they both got a hell of a reaction. That was it. I just thought it was worth mentioning.
No, that's
They shouldn't have been on the show, but they were. So.
Didn't Kevin Owens fight a sign as well?
That was last week. That was quite funny. Yeah, one of the signs saying "KO, fight my sign." So he did. He smashed it. He took it off and punched it and then ripped it up.
That's great.
I think you could say he won the fight with the sign.
Yeah.
I should hope so.
Yeah,
Anything?
there was quite a good little segment actually when he's walking backstage, and he walked past Sami Zayn, and he just sort of laughed because he's in this thing with the bloodline now, isn't he?
Mm.
He's an honorary use, and obviously the history with Owens and Zayn.
Mm.
He just sort of smirked at him and said he needed a new shirt, and just walked off. But yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess that is everything. We'll be back hopefully next week for our Extreme Rules preview,
Mm.
where yeah, if you would have told me last year that this at the time that Extreme Rules would have sucked, I would have been like, okay, sure, yeah. But if you would have told me also that the next one would be a lot better and without Vince McMahon doing things, I probably would have just left. I would have left the room.
Yeah.
But here we are.
We should probably get into this another time. Obviously we're finishing now, but since last couple of weeks and obviously leading into this pay-per-view and stuff, there's more of a what's the word? You're more likely to be interested. You want to watch Raw. You want to watch SmackDown.
Nah, I won't go that far.
No.
Baby steps.
You're interested in seeing what this pay-per-view is going to be like. This, like you say, it's like you say. You said this last year. You wouldn't have thought anything like this. So, yeah, that's my opinion anyway.
Alrighty. Well, we'll hopefully be back next week. Everybody stay safe and all that, and like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And we'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Have a great one. We'll be back next week. Take care.